time to get on the inside. It's time for the Microphone Insider. VO news, knowledge, and nonsense. Probably a lot of nonsense. Hosted by the VO trio, Jim Frank, Terry Briscoe, and by the hand of God, the amazing Grace Newton. How sweet the sound. This week's special guest, casting director and coach, Kristin Paiva. Welcome to the inside.
Well, looky, we made it.
Hey.
We're on the inside. What's happening? My name's Jim Frank, Grace Newton, Terry Briscoe. We are your VO trio. First show of 2024. Gosh, we haven't been together since before the new year.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I miss y'all.
I do too. You guys have a good holiday? Good break?
Yeah, pretty low key, but yeah.
I did some day trips with the wife. She took 2 weeks off for Christmas and in between the two holidays and the week after. So I did too. And we decided that we didn't want to cook for dinner. Let's go out someplace. We were out about doing some shopping and things. And we went to someplace. It's a Japanese barbecue. It's a chain of some sort. Nagu, Baloo, I'm not quite. It's something crazy. But I've heard lots of great things about it. But then we get there. It's one of these places.
I
You have to
love
cook
those
your own food.
places, man.
But the whole idea was not to have to cook, but here we had to. They had s'mores though, so s'mores is good. I'm glad they had
The
s'mores.
irony.
Yeah, I mean, if I wanted to work there, same thing with Home Depot. I don't go to Home Depot, put on an orange vest, but yet I still have to take care of myself. What is that thing? Oh, let's get rid of that.
Did you yourself?
Well, you have to self-check out at the Home Depot and the Walmarts of the world. But think about it. What a brilliant marketing plan. It's like AI for chefs.
Yeah, I wouldn't be a fan.
I don't think so.
Obviously, the chefs at that place prep a lot.
Hey, let's take Dad out. Let's take Dad out for Father's Day so he doesn't have to cook on the grill this year for us.
Yeah.
Let's go to that Japanese barbecue so we still can have barbecue. Yeah.
Literally done that. I've literally done that.
The hell with that and back. All right, speaking of food, before I forget this week, Terry, because I forgot last week, and I don't blame you. I don't blame me. I blame the gummies. So if Terry can make it, you can too. Let's get right into it, buddy. How about it?
All right. Today we got mahi with ramen. So what you're going to need. Your ingredients: 1 mahi fillet, 1 pack of ramen noodles, Japanese all-purpose seasoning and rice seasoning, fish sauce, hoisin sauce, sesame oil, and optional, but not for me, sriracha.
Ugh, yeah, no hot stuff for me.
I didn't even know what you're missing. So what you're going to do is you're going to preheat your oven to broil. You're going to bring one medium pot of water to a boil. You want to season the fish evenly with salt and pepper before you put it in the oven. You want to broil that fish in the oven for 8 to 10 minutes. Keep an eye on it. Fish cooks fast. With 5 minutes to left on your timer, you want to start boiling that ramen for 3 minutes and set aside with the broth. Do not pour that out. And season that with sesame oil, with I would say about 2 tablespoons of sesame oil, 1 tablespoon of fish oil. Be heavy-handed with the rice seasoning because there's little bits of salmon in there, and that makes it all the more delicious. And hoisin sauce.
What is hoisin? What is hoisin?
Hoisin is like a sweet Asian, I think it's Chinese, but I think it's a sweet Asian sauce. It's thick. So you add that to certain dishes and not in others. And this one you want it. And then you're going to just place that salmon fillet over top of that and finish it with a liberal sprinkling of the all-purpose seasoning, which has like salmon skin in it. And
nice.
And this is what it looks like.
Dun, 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 dun. Well, there you go.
Yeah.
Wow.
You can do a beautiful branzino instead of mahi if you like, and it works exactly the same way.
What about maybe like some green parsley, or would you put mint on that or something? Something green to.
Oh, nothing mint. You could put like maybe like an Italian parsley or Thai. Actually, Thai basil is perfect for it.
Thai basil, definitely. Jim, the 90s called. They want their parsley back. That is such an outdated garnish. Just coming from a former chef. Same with the zigzag on desserts, y'all. Don't do the zigzag. That's so out. The
Can I get
smear.
one of those orange twirls too? Is that possible?
Absolutely. Why not?
Jeez. Nice. Well, the holidays. Thanks, Terry. We're going to post that up on the Facebook page there as well. You know, we usually say hello to people when we first get here, and let's see if this is still working, because sometimes, no, I guess not. Oh, there it is. Mike, you're up there. Hey, Mike, what's happening?
Cunningham.
Glad to
What's up,
see Mike
Mike?
with us. Hey, Terry.
What's
Screw
up,
you,
Greg?
Greg. It's not like Grace and I are here or anything. Seriously? Greg?
A lot of hate there, Jim. A lot
A
of
lot of
hate.
hate there with Greg. I don't know why Greg's hating Jim and Grace. No idea. What's up, people? We're not sure who you are. You might be on your phone and you haven't hit that little button there, the Ecamm Live link, which is in the description of the show. If you look up, I believe, to the left where the comments are, or if you go to the actual Facebook page that we're on, you can look in there. There should be an Ecamm link to be able to have your beautiful name and face up with us. Michael Gonzalez. Michael, we are doing this already, so
Hi,
thank you.
Mike.
Sharon Bevan, good to see
Sharon.
us. Terry, someone likes to see you again. I'm not sure who this person is, but Terry wears a sweater to school because he had court today. And all of a sudden, you know, everybody wants to talk to Terry. Oh, now Greg wants to talk to us. What's going on, buddy? Let me fix this so we all can see it.
Oh, okay.
Oh, pick up the kid.
Pick up his daughter. So yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, glad you're here. Welcome, Greg.
Well, we have a lot of people here already. Jeez, huh? Mikey K. Paso. Mikey trying to hook up.
Oh, watch out now.
Yeah, I know.
Hey, Rich.
Yeah, Rich.
Oh, yeah.
Look at all these people here. Paul Hansen. This is crazy. Now, Max Goldberg, I have to apologize to Max. Every now and then, you guys know that sometimes I speak before I think, sometimes.
You?
Sometimes it just spills out of my mouth and I
What?
don't think about it. And
No filter.
Max had said congratulations to me on one of the car spots that I booked this past week. And he's like, congratulations, Frank. And I was like, hey, thanks, Mix. And then he sent me a note through Instant Messenger. I was just busting him, buddy.
It has to be autocorrect.
Yeah. Hopefully I apologized over Instant Messenger and we're still buddies, Max. I've been called worse.
Max, don't mind Jim.
Hibachi.
We don't.
Yeah. Well, it's just these guys. We could just do a whole show of these guys. Just boom. I love a hot pot. That's what she said. All right, cool. All right, Greg's gonna be my sous chef. Wow, we have a ton. Look at all these people. This is crazy, Terry. It's the only black man in the DMV that doesn't like hot sauce.
Whoa. Slow down there, player.
He does.
He doesn't like sriracha.
No. I said I love sriracha. I said it's a must for mine.
Oh, I thought
I
you
got
said
it.
not for yours.
Yeah,
No.
he said it's optional, but not for him.
Oh.
For him, it's a must.
It's a must, yeah. Someone was listening. Thanks, Grace.
Hey, Kate's with us. Hey, Kate, I don't listen to a word you say. Oh, no, here's a
What'd you
question.
call her? What'd you
made-
call her?
Huh?
You said Kate.
Kate, cat. Sorry.
It's
It happens.
you.
You have to
calling
realize I'm
someone
over here
else for
trying to
getting
read these.
your name wrong.
I'm reading
How
these
well do you
comments,
know
trying to
cat?
find the ones to put up. And
What are the chances?
all right, hi, Cat. You know you're my
Love the
favorite
cat.
anyhow. So she knows she's my favorite.
Oh,
So here's a question. We talked about parsley, and you kind of gave me one. How about chives or green onions? Are they the same? No, scallions. Scallions.
They are not. That would also work. Absolutely.
All right,
Chives, probably. Yeah.
cool. All right.
I would
Oh,
actually go green onion.
Oh, look at Mike Cunningham just saying hi to everybody. All right, fine. That's enough of this. We're done. Thanks for joining us. We really appreciate it. Kate Jar JV. Great, thanks. I'm gonna never live this one down.
Hope
Who
not.
the
Fucking
frunk is Kate? I don't know. Someone trying to steal your smirk, girl. I'll tell you what, this is not doing well for me right now and my mental health. So I'll tell you what, let's get to our mental health section with Grace, because I just can't take it anymore. Sorry, Kate.
Today I want to discuss isolation and loneliness. As voice actors, we are automatically isolated because of our careers. We record for hours a day in a box, pretty much. And a lot of us are introverts, so it may be more difficult for an introverted person to be social in a social setting. Let's see, sorry. I'm out of breath from laughing. um, yeah, and even our closest relationships in life, our friends, some family, can feel isolating because people just generally don't get what we do, and they can't relate to our daily stressors. We have 7 jobs to do. We wear a lot of hats, and for a lot of us, all 7 are brand new. We've never been a marketing executive. We've never been behind a microphone. We've never all the other things that we have to do, built a website, been a tech, been an editor. So it can be overwhelming and very isolating. But just like bees have evolved to need a hive, humans have evolved to need a tribe. And Anne Arufo, PhD, says humans are social creatures by nature. We're not meant to lead solitary lives. It's important for us to be able to engage and to share our experiences and feelings with others. That's true even for people who are introverted. Additionally, when we physically bond with loved ones, like hugging or laughing together, the pituitary gland releases a hormone called oxytocin that makes us feel calm and happy. I discovered so much doing this research. Some very alarming things are involved with social isolation and loneliness. Pretty alarming. There is evidence linking social isolation with adverse health consequences, including depression, poor sleep quality, impaired executive function, accelerated cognitive decline, poor cardiovascular function, and impaired immunity at every stage of life. In addition, in a 2019 study led by Cassandra Alcaraz, PhD, a public health researcher with the American Cancer Society, analyzed data from more than 580,000 adults and found that social isolation increases the risk of premature death from every cause in every race. What? Who knew that? Last year, researchers at the Florida State University College of Medicine also found that loneliness is associated with a 40% increase in a person's risk of dementia. My memory is already bad enough. No, thank you. It can also lead to long-term fight or flight stress signaling, which negatively affects immune system functioning. Simply put, people who feel lonely have less immunity and more inflammation than people who don't. So what are some steps to combat this? Recognize, understand, and respond. Recognize and acknowledge, pardon me, your experience and what you're feeling. Knowing is half the battle. If you recognize that you're having these social isolation and just loneliness feelings, acknowledge it. Understand what loneliness does to the brain, body, and behavior. I just gave you a few examples. Respond. Take the necessary steps to lift yourself out of isolation. Some things you can do to lift yourself out of the isolation is find an activity that you enjoy, restart an old hobby, or learn something new. I know that is difficult for us because there's never enough time in our day anyway to do our job tasks, our family life, all of the things. But it's important. I just told you how many reasons that it is so important to schedule that time. Self-care. Exercise, that's always a good one. It releases endorphins that boost your mood and increase your energy. Stay in touch with friends and family in person, online, or by phone. Give your time and skills to serve someone else. When you are giving and you are kind to others, it automatically makes me feel good, so that's a good suggestion. There should be a link in the comments or the chat. It is to a podcast episode by Andrew Huberman, who is a professor of neurobiology and ophthalmology at Stanford School of Medicine. And he talks about this very subject, the science behind it, the intricacies, the causes, the effects. And it's really fascinating. We can all, I want to leave you with this quote by Gail Honeyman. We can all fight against loneliness by engaging in random acts of kindness. And that's all I have for you.
Well, there you go.
today.
Well, you know, with that being said, sorry, Kate. With that being said, every now and then, Mike Cunningham has these, you know, with Terry have these get-togethers. I'm going to start doing some maybe here and there sporadically throughout the month. If you see one of those pop up, hop on, say hi. No sense
Yeah.
being lonely, guys. All right.
Join.
All right, our TMI Spotlight winner this week. Put your hands together for Suzanne Malik with 2 Z's. I'm such an idiot, Suzanne. I'm so sorry. Let me just get rid of that even as we speak. Pay no attention to the man behind the closet. Here we go. Okay, fine. Here we go. Hey, Suzanne, how are you?
Hey, VO Trio. What up?
Yeah, listen,
Hey.
you did a great job on your promo. You really did. I liked it so much that I didn't put any music behind it because it was engaging and it was kind of captivating. So great job on that.
Yeah. And you were one of 2 people who had all 3 of our votes. So
Yeah.
excellent job. And thank you for that.
So tell
Thank
us
you
a bit about you. Who are you? Where you from? Where are you in your journey? What do you like to do? What's your genre? Where do you want to be?
Yeah, I'll tell you some things. So I don't have an elevator pitch per se, but I am a real ass person. And I'm going with that for now. And I wonder, you know, it's funny when you put this stuff together and you use like the language of casting calls to define your voice or your thing. And it always makes me wonder, does anybody ever have the self-awareness to see a casting call that says real person and be like, nah, I'm fake as hell? Probably not. Probably not. It's something we all have in common, but I don't think I make a very believable announcer. So what I am and what I think I'm increasingly able to convey with a microphone in front of me is being a real person. I have a project that I'm working on that I would love to tell you about.
Oh,
for
yeah,
it.
go
That-
for it.
Yeah.
All right. I booked it in December and it looked cool, but then I got the script and I was like, wow, this is deep as fuck. It's like, it's some Irish college kids at Queen's University, Belfast, and it's called Is Someone There? And I'll finish my part of it tomorrow. And actually, it's about staying connected and social isolation and loneliness, but it's a
There you
horror
go.
movie. Yeah,
Okay.
it's real good. You were basically the
Oh,
trailer for Someone There.
That's
Grace.
crazy.
Nice.
It's real good. You know, sometimes you just see a script and you're like, wow, these people are deep. And I get to be a creepy voice on the phone. And I've had a great time with it. So if you like my page, A Human Voiceover on Facebook, you will be the first in this country to see it when it's released. It's called Is Someone There?
And if people want to get a hold of
Awesome.
you, they go to ahumanvoiceover.com, correct?
Yep, can do.
Cool. Very nice. And what genre are you looking to focus in? What's your niche want to be?
Want to be. Well, I'm doing everything that I can. I'm having a great time exploring and doing all the things. I really am looking forward to making a video game demo
Oh, sweet.
in the spring. I'm taking a class right now with Wes Johnson, who is like awesome. And I love the drama. You know what I'm saying? The drama, the emotion, the good,
No doubt. Yeah.
stories and pictures. Yeah.
Acting.
Yes.
Acting. Yes.
You have some
And
fans
you-
out there, Steph, Sam.
And you've already done a couple of children's audiobooks, right?
I have. Those have been pretty dramatic. I've
Yeah.
been lucky to get some pretty cool children's audiobooks about like little girls outsmarting the Taliban and kids with autism. And
Oh, that's
like,
awesome. That has to be so
it's fun.
rewarding.
It is.
For sure.
Thanks for
You have some
asking.
fans out there,
Oh,
Suzanne.
everything's so nice.
Yeah.
Thanks, y'all. Hi, Kat.
Cat, not cake.
Yeah, not Kate. Exactly. Well, Suzanne, thank you so much. You did a great job. Glad to have you on the show. Thanks for taking the time out to tell us your story, and we'll see you on the inside. All right.
See you on the inside.
Excellent.
Later, Sam.
Bye.
All right. VO Trio, we have a lot still to do tonight, man. The time is just rolling by. We have a special announcement tonight, which I wanted to say at the beginning of the show, but forgot. We have a insider-only information coming your way, so stay tuned for that, okay? Terry, would you do the honors of announcing our esteemed guest?
I would love to. I'm so excited. Our guest worked in casting the relations for the Walt Disney Company for over 17 years. With a passion for developing talent, her workshop focused on developing skills and creating the best possible auditions. Kristin has worked on such shows as Big Hero 6, Milo Murphy's Law, Phineas and Ferb, Candace Against the Universe, Lion Guard, Mickey Mouse Mixed Up Adventures, Mickey Mouse Funhouse, Hamster and Gretel, and more. Please welcome our guest, casting director, dialogue director, and coach. Put your hands together for Kristin Paiva.
Applause? Oh, no. Right.
Oh, what happened? Oh, Jim, what'd you do, Jim? What did you do? There she is. Let's
There
do it
she is.
again. I'm just so excited to have her on the show. Hello, Kristin.
I don't know about esteemed. I'm going to be honest. That was coming in strong, Terry. Woo.
He just read what I told him to read, so good job. Hey, listen, if you guys have any questions for Kristin, this is your show. What I need you to do is put them in the comments and just put a Q in front of your questions so that we know it's a question and not just a random, what's going on type of deal, But Kat's a fan of yours as well.
Hi, Kat.
Yeah.
It's good to see you, or like sort of read you. I don't know.
All right. So you are no longer with the Mouse House.
I'm not, man.
Nope.
My ears are gone. Well, they're definitely not gone. Let's be honest. I can practically fly with these suckers, but my other ears are gone. Yes.
Right. And you're off on your own now. You're doing the Paiva Productions, casting director, casting dialogue director, and of course animation and other VO coaching.
Absolutely. Yes. Of which you are intimately aware, aren't you, Jim?
Yeah, she's one of my favorite coaches. I started coaching with Kristin, gosh, was it almost 2 years ago?
I think so.
Like in May, maybe. Like 2 years ago in May.
Yeah, Jim was my very, very first coaching client ever.
You never forget your first.
Wow.
But yeah, so it's she's off doing her thing. She's doing all kinds of workshops happening, talking to all the major production houses, lining things up to go at this hard. So you guys that are into animation, this is your chance right now to ask questions and to get answers. You're not. She's straightforward. She's one of the most straightforward. She'll tell you the poop how it is. So ask your question. Do not be afraid. Okay. I'm going to shrink up this box a little bit because I see some questions that are coming in that are actually pretty big. So
And I
Pretty lengthy.
daughter 6. She's got the flu, so she's literally like right here. So sorry about that.
Oh, bless her
yeah,
heart.
poor
No
Winter.
worries.
All right. Well, we have a couple questions coming here, actually.
hope
Mike
she gets
Cunningham. Mike wrote a book. Hold on. Let me get these down to size here.
Mike is always here. I feel like you need like a number one fan, like something.
Mike is our technical guru, and he just stalks everybody else because nobody else will talk to him. So, Mike, I love you. I'm kidding, Mike.
He helps us
Kristin,
out a lot.
what would you say, in your opinion, is the number one thing that an actor can do to improve their performance?
Stop worrying about what someone else wants. Stop worrying about what you think we want. And lean into your instinct. I talk about this a lot. You're all talent for a reason. You're doing this for a reason. Half the time when a show is new, certainly there's parameters behind characters, but half the time, they don't even really know what it's going to be until you send in that audition and we hear it and go, that's the character. I talk about it a lot. That would probably be the number one thing to improve your performance. Get out of your own way. You're great. Be great.
Great answer.
Yeah, that's a great answer.
No doubt.
All right. One of you guys want to read this one?
Take it, Grace.
When I'm actually recording my audition, what can I do to better anticipate what the casting director is looking for? You just spoke to that.
Really
Yeah,
would.
just that, but I think too, like stop looking for that. Obviously, you need to read into the sides and figure out what the character is and where to place them. And it's not like you should go major off script and off of that. But who are you responding to? What's the character that you're responding to? And just to add to that, sorry, I always say, if you're not having fun, I guarantee you we won't end up having fun. And my daughter has a booger, so that's so great. Please don't put it in my hair. You know what I
It's
mean?
TMI. You're good. It's TMI.
Yeah.
That's TMI.
So I'm honestly just like a tissue at this point. I don't know why that is. But anyway, if you're not having fun, I promise we aren't either. So have fun. We're making cartoons, right? In this setting. Have fun.
Yeah, get out there and play. Mike says hello. Bill, good to see you again. Of course, Bill was stalking you.
I have a question for you, Kristin.
Yeah, Terry, I'm so excited.
When you hear what you like, that's it. Do you stop at that audition, or do you continue on and listen to all the rest of them?
Yeah, that's a really great question. I would never stop at that audition, but that audition would go in my yes pile as opposed to a maybe. That's my process. It's like go through. I have a maybe pile, a yes pile, and a no pile. And yeah, if I hear the thing, hell no, I'm going to keep going. Because what if later on I'm like, oh no, that's the thing. But also my job at that point, I'm a casting director. My job is to facilitate someone else's vision. I'm not the creator on the show. I'm trying to find what they're looking for. So what I would think is like, at that point, it's like, hell yeah, that person's amazing. They're going in the yes pile. But I need to provide options because, again, it is not my vision that I am bringing to life. It's someone else's. So I would absolutely keep going. I listen to every single audition I receive, and I always will.
Awesome.
That's amazing.
What is your casting director pet peeve? This is from Sam, who was just on with us.
Well, I suppose like okay. So like the email reach outs, I think are hard. It's not necessarily like a pet peeve. And I'm actually like less of a jerk than I think some folks in life, but I can't say it's hard because we do get a lot of emails, a ton of stuff that comes through. And I will tell you, like, an email reach out isn't going to improve chances of getting a position or like the job necessarily. You're either right or you're not. So that, and then Jim, you really do need to start charging me for this, but like overdoing it. You don't need to overdo it. You don't need to push. Just be great. Read the role. Read it like you think it should be read.
I need to charge for that?
Oh, the puking thing, the radio puking.
Oh, right. I got you. Every time that you...
I didn't finish that thought.
Actually say puking. Yeah, okay. I should know by now what you're thinking.
I say it all the time, though. Now I use it in like every interview.
Yeah.
Thanks for that.
Overacting puking is on the mic is a radio term, Hey, everybody, next up is the doobies. It's that whole over-the-top puking on the mic. I have a question for you.
Nope.
What do these 4 people on the screen right now all have in common?
We're fucking awesome. I don't know.
Oh, she doesn't know.
I'll give you that. Yeah, sure. Costa Rica, baby.
Oh, yeah. Yes. Sweet. Yeah.
Very excited about that. Which brings me to the point that I wanted to make. I wasn't just being a jackass about it, because now that you're no longer under the rule of the mighty rat, you are able to go out to more conferences and make yourself more available to people to soak in your knowledge and to learn from you.
Yes. I don't know about soaking in knowledge, but yes, I am doing all of that stuff. Yes.
You'll be at VO Atlanta. You're going to be in Costa Rica. And aren't you going to Ireland too with J. Michael Collins for the... Yeah, me too. That's going to be awesome. It's going to be a good time. Cannot wait. All right, let's see what else we have here. We have some questions here.
Richie,
I always try to get to those.
Richie has a question.
Super.
What do you look for when hiring talent?
What do I look for? Well, it depends on the role. it's very specific to the role that we're casting. So it's not, we don't ever hire someone just like, I am going to hire Jim. No, we're going to hire Jim because Jim auditioned for said role and got that job, right? So it's very specific to the role in general.
Gotcha.
Okay.
Brandon Keener's up next.
Boogies, the new leave-in conditioner.
Oh.
Actually, he has a real question.
Yeah.
Kristin, thanks for doing this. I'm not comfortable yet with characters because I have no idea what characters that I have inside. I understand that dilemma. You have to figure out what your roles are. How do you crack that egg?
You come work with me. No.
Da, 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 da.
Kristin is a hack. I wouldn't go to her. No, I mean, honestly, that is something that I do work on with coaching students, but that's certainly something that you can do yourself. There's so much copy available out there. You can go out. I am sure if you just Googled animation copy or sides or characters, you could find it all day long. Play with them. Also, where does your voice naturally sit? If you sound like a big bear, cool. Can you do some of that cool, big, burly stuff? Are you going to be villain? Are you going to be henchman? Play to your strengths, I always say. But there's a ton of copy out there that you can go and play with. And I also would say lean into instinct. Yeah, again, for instance, if you sound like you're 9, do you think that you're authentically going to be able to get to like a 60-year-old, 70-year-old, or a grandma or grandpa figure? Maybe not. So I think you can figure out a lot of the things and narrow down right off the bat. And sometimes people are utility players, right, where they can literally play everything under the sun. But I think it comes through time. I think it comes through experimentation and playing with the sides and trying to see what's there and if you can authentically get to that place.
Cool. Mike will pay that kid $50 to put that booger in your hair. Winter. She's looking. She's like, excuse me? What? $50, Mom? What's that all about?
Yeah.
The artist formerly known as Kate, Kat, is what's your favorite way to get people to have fun while recording? Any icebreakers?
You mean like if you're in with me recording? I can't ask that back. I guess if you're in like the booth recording and I'm there, I always kind of just lean into like my personal humor. I try to diffuse the situation by making it less intense or less nervous because I know that they can be more so in a callback scenario, right? I think in a recording setting, like once you're there fully recording, you've got the job. Let's play. Let's have fun. The pressure's off. You've got it. And this character's yours and it's yours to make and bring to life. I think some folks may know it or not, but you have more say into the character and the development of it than you may realize. You're really helping to develop that character, especially if you've come in at pilot stage, right? So in a recording setting, I think it needs less icebreakers. I think it's just fun and we always have a good old time. We get to know each other first time you come in to record. But in a callback setting, I try to diffuse by just making sure people feel comfortable, cracking my stupid jokes. Usually I make fun of myself, try to make you feel at home and let you know that like, we're all human here. Like, let's just have fun and do this thing. We're making cartoons.
Let's take that same question and flip it to self-directing. I'm in my booth alone. How do I get myself to a place to have fun, get an icebreaker to, how do I get there?
Yeah, I think that there are a few things that you can and should do. One of which I've stolen from a friend of mine who is an incredible voiceover actor and is just out killing it in the game. And they always say, be talent first. Take your audition and imagine it. What do you think it should be? Have fun with it. And then later, once you've recorded it and you're coming to listen back, then you can take your little inner director, because I know you've all got them, your inner overthinker, that's what I say, and put that little thing on your shoulder and then allow yourself to go through and kind of redirect and find areas. But if you're constantly sitting there worrying about what someone else wants and how to do exactly what, like Kristin wants or something, that's crazy. It's not crazy. I know you do it and I'm sorry, but it's crazy because you don't need to do that. look at the copy. What do you imagine it to be? And then another thing, I just steal all of these things. Like nothing I say is original. It's just PS. No. In the words of the great Sam Riegel, which I take all the time, to be honest with you, but I think he actually stole this from someone else, so I don't feel that bad. You already don't have the job.
I say that all the time.
Yeah.
I feel like that's freeing. I don't audition, but like that frees me. I'm like, "Ooh, giddy up." So do the thing. Have fun. Don't do something you
and don't be afraid to go too big, right? Because as a casting director or a director, they can go that far. We can pull them back. You don't always know if you can push somebody further, right?
Oh, absolutely. Especially if we're talking kids animation. I would err on the side of big. Yeah. Not overacting, mind you, but I'm talking big emotions. Get there
No
with
puking.
How do you separate? How do you find that line between going big?
Well, because I think, and I'm not going to do it again, but Jim does the puking thing. Go ahead, Jim. Puke for us.
Hell, next up is the doobies, and I'm going to be this crazy kind of guy when I'm talking about a character.
Right. And there's a difference between that. And then instead, what I'm talking about is if you're supposed to be angry, be fucking angry. Yeah. I'm mad. I'm really mad. Right. And find levels to that always. But don't be afraid to find the big emotions. Overacting is that. Big emotions going to the extremes is really just, I don't know how else to say it. It's getting to that place. Animation the beauty is in the extremes. Sometimes the comedy, talk about that a lot, is in the extremes. I just literally lost us like 4 people because I'm screaming at them.
I'm going to steal. I'm going to give you something that I stole from somebody. I don't know who I stole it from, but it was like, make the acting choice, then the voice.
Yeah.
Acting choice first, then the voice comes after if need be, because a lot of times the voice you're doing is the character that you're doing. It's you. So Bill says he's all for you having boogers in your hair. Bill's a real, perverted psychopath. So I would watch out if he ever signs up for anything with you.
He does have a question. Do you ever hear an audition and think, not quite right, but it might work for another character?
Yes. Yeah, for sure. Or more so, usually it's not another character, because then it's like someone's doing something entirely off spec, which doesn't happen all that often. But maybe more so like, oh, I really like this person's audition. It's not right for this, but I want to like kind of file you away in my little noggin for later.
Cool.
Yeah.
Terry?
Sam says, I'm interested in getting into animation for adults. Are there big differences between what you do or what you want to demonstrate with adults versus kids?
Are there big differences between what you want to do? What? Why am I not understanding that? I'm sorry, mom brain.
Are there big differences between what you do or what you want to demonstrate with adults versus kids?
I don't understand still.
I kind of don't either.
Suzanne, could you dumb it down for our hosts and guests, please? I appreciate
for me.
that.
Choices with animation versus children's animation. I think that's what she means.
Well, I think so too, but there's a lot of big words in there.
Oh, Sam. So I guess, do you have any different business practices or approaches to adult animation versus kids animation?
I'm sorry, I blacked out. One more time. Sorry.
What are the differences in your coaching methods with adults versus kids?
Oh, okay. That's something I can answer. Listen, I think that what's so interesting is with adults, like obviously you guys have had years for the most part of training, of coaching, of working on your craft. So it is a very different approach in that typically, unless I'm starting with someone at the very beginning, which I absolutely will, typically it's more about refining your personal art and your craft. And or let's say I get a lot of folks that are in commercial or e-learning, or they're doing these other things and are being very successful, but just haven't cracked the animation egg yet. So it's like more about technique and what you should pay attention to and and do for animation. When it comes to kids, it is very interesting. Typically, kids will land the emotion in a scene more naturally than an adult will off the bat. Now, it's because they're not overthinking, to be honest with you. They're not. They're just like, oh, I'm supposed to be sad in this scene, so I'll be sad. It is just more, I think, adding like the finesse, the polish, and really kind of helping them to make sure that they're finding those peaks and valleys, highs and lows, very similar to an adult. But obviously, I think too, the way that I would talk to a kid would be a little bit gentler. I'm a very, as Jim said it, blunt and honest person. Like, never come to coach with me if you don't want honesty, because I'm going to give it to you. I think I would want it in my life. I'd want you to tell me if I'm a shit coach. And, and I'm going to tell you if maybe this isn't the path, or, hey, here's what you need to do to get there. And with the kid, I'm going to do the same thing, but in a much gentler way. I mean, I'm gentle anyway. I'm not going to make you cry or anything, but
I only cried twice. Only twice. So.
I have made Jim cry. No,
twice. Paul Hansen, where do I find auditions posted for characters? This is the big question, Paul.
You don't, and that's tough.
Okay, next.
You can find stuff, from what I understand, on pay-to-play sites. I will reserve my thoughts here, but big networks are sending their auditions through the national agencies. So you unfortunately would not be able to just find these auditions anywhere. You would need to obtain or have one of those national agencies repping you.
And that's if you're going for like the major studios. But there are programs out there that you can go to, X and Instagram and even Facebook.
Like, there's a billion places where you can find animation auditions.
Yeah, they're just not on that level. Right. They're a lot could be free too, is what part of the problem is. So
I don't know about any of those things, and I'm sorry, because I do, I've been network side for a long time, but I would just caution with everybody, be really careful, right? What you're getting into. I would do the research on it, no matter what it is, to just be super safe. I mean, I think you guys were joking about AI up at the top here, but super scary. Like, I don't know why, something else, but AI is coming. It's coming hard. I don't know why it's coming for the arts, and we just have to be careful. So be really, really careful what you're getting yourself into. If it's not, something from one of the larger networks or whatnot.
Kristin, I'm curious. A lot of people, maybe in the beginning, can group agents, managers, and casting directors together. What is your relationship like with an agent or a casting director or a manager, and what did they do to piss you off? How is that dynamic?
Oh,
that's actually a really good question. I've never been asked that, Grace.
Nice question.
I have a really great relationship with the agents that I work with, and I've maintained that. I've built that over the years, and I genuinely love the agents that I work with. We've fought sometimes. We can get into some fights. And I think sometimes it's something, unusual. They're calling in, I don't know. I don't necessarily want to give an exact example, but it's more like transactional, because you see, I have also always in my career, negotiated rates and such. So agents are doing the right thing. They're out there to protect you. They're out there to try to get you the best rate. Frankly, I want the best rate for you too, PS. And I fight for that as well. So we're not typically fighting about that, but there's contractual things that can come up. And sometimes that's a little bit more, I work with a lot of different talent. I've been in this for 18 plus years, not as a casting director, but I've been in the industry for 18 years. And I've seen some pretty insane writers. Let me just tell you, some crazy writers. So it is more so that kind of stuff when folks are being very particular about the bottle of water that we have on hand or something to that effect. And, anyway, those kinds of things can really be annoying. And, or if you have someone that is really forcing the issue on a rate when I don't have movement, like I have nothing else that I can do or nothing else I can give. And I happen to know maybe that the talent wants to do this and you're just being the stickler. So sometimes those things as well. So a lot of it is contractual stuff. But I love the agents that I work with. And frankly, I love when they go to bat for you guys. I think it's the right thing.
Very cool. Thank you for that.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Terry.
If you don't have a demo yet, are samples encouraged?
Well, I mean, for like who? For me, no. Couldn't care less about the demo. Could not care less. In the sense that as a casting director, I need to hear you. I love you too, Winter. I need to hear you audition as the character that I am hiring for, right? I need to know if you are that person, that character. Your demos are incredibly important, but not as much for me as a casting director. It might be for other casting directors. P.S. It's not as important for me, however, because of that reason, but it is incredibly important when you are looking to obtain agents. They're going to want to hear those demos and see them in the areas in which you'd like to be repped. So that's where they come in and are very important.
All right. We have a gear question from Mike Cunningham. What is your generally preferred mic for actors to use for high-end animation work from home?
That is a really great question, and I am so sorry to say that I can't entirely answer that, Mike. Largely, I should. During the pandemic, I was involved in winter rain. Do you see this? I'm live. That's enough. So I will say I was in like a million conversations about mics and the best ones to have. I should know the answer to this, but that is something that this wee brain does not retain. So I don't totally know, but I will tell you that typically like what I would do and what my former team at Disney TV Animation would do is that we would log in with you. If your preferred location to record is your home, we're going to log in with you. We're going to have an engineer available to test your system and see if it is broadcast quality for that particular network, because it's very different for every network that you go to, games, networks, different things. And we'll see if your stuff is up to par. And I hate to say it that way, but that is essentially it. If it's not, we'll just be like, cool, hey, are you willing to go in a studio nearby? And we'll send you into a studio. Or if you're not, and there's the option still, some studios across the country during the pandemic had created like temporary record kits, and we could potentially have that sent out to you for that particular record. So we make it work. I don't know the specifics on the mic. I'm sorry.
On the same line, do you prefer professional studio or home?
I am honoring my great friend Paul McGrath, who is the head engineer at he probably doesn't, that's probably not the right title, but he's the head engineer at Disney TV Animation Studio. No, not really. I did that for Paul. Paul will never see this, but I did it for him. No, I actually like both. As a creative casting director, someone that wants the best possible choice for every single role. I like both. I like hybrid. I don't care where you are. I just want you to be great and be great at what you're doing. So don't care. I don't care.
Fair enough. Grace?
Michelle Morgan says, hello, I believe you said you listened to all auditions. What are you actually listening to? The very first seconds and nothing more, or the entire audition? Slurred words within audition, deal breaker?
Okay, great. So, well, what that means is, for instance, if I'm casting a pilot of 5 leads and I get all these auditions back in, I'm going to listen to every single one of them for all 5 leads. You didn't ask the question, but on a low end, we could receive anywhere from 200 auditions. But more typically, we're going to receive somewhere in the range of 1,000 plus, 1,050, 1,100, 1,200 per character. And we listen to every single one of those. We do listen to the very first few seconds, and we will know very quickly if we are passing or we are moving on. And if you are not in the right tone, age, vibe, feel of the show, that is when we are going to pass very quickly. However, if there is anything in there that feels right for the character or intriguing, I'm going to move on. And yes, I will then listen to the entire audition. So I will listen to the entire thing. Slurred words in an audition, deal breaker? No. If the performance is really good, if you have them all over the place, though, I would imagine I probably wouldn't think it was very exceptional. So I would say be careful of that. You should always articulate your words, even if you have a character that you're putting an affect on. But it's not a deal breaker.
Fair enough. All right. Besides taking classes, what can you do to get better for animation casting?
Watch cartoons. Watch cartoons all day long. No, I'm not actually joking. Go and watch cartoons on every single network that's out there. What do you want to do? Do you love the like Adult Swim stuff? You better be watching it. Do you want to be on Disney Junior? Do you want to be on Nick Jr. doing the preschool age stuff? I hope you're watching, because that is a great, free, and fun way to keep you on top of what's going on. See what current stuff is airing. What are they doing right now? What have they done? Because networks often pull from their IP, right? So what's the vibe? What's the feel? Do you understand the networks and what they're looking for? That's huge, and it's free.
Nice. Good answer.
Questions keep rolling in. Terry?
How much creative license can you take with a script in an audition? How closely do you need to stay to the wording, for example?
Yeah, that's a great question too.
Great question.
I think it does really depend on who is answering the question. So please never take anything that anyone you hear from as gospel, because it's going to be different. For me, at Paiva Productions, for Disney TV animation, I can still speak to them. We allow creative license in the beginning, as in improv here and there. That's totally cool. Should you change the script? No. If you have buttons and zingers you want to add, go ahead. That's great. We love that. When it comes to like a specific word or something, like let's say you're not jiving with it, Jim, I'm going to call you out because I thought it was a really cool and fun example. When Jim and I were coaching, he was having a tough time saying toilet monkeys. And yes,
I remember.
he was having a tough time saying toilet monkeys. Just wasn't rolling off his tongue. So I was like, all right, what's another word that is toilet, but that you can? We ended up with commode monkeys. I thought it was
Commode
funny.
monkeys. Yes.
Commode monkeys. I mean, it's the same idea.
Which is actually the title of my next band, so nobody take that. Commode monkeys.
I thought we were doing that together. That's fine. Whatever.
No. You're there. Don't worry.
Yeah. So, I mean, I would say just little shifts in the words is not going to be a big deal. For instance, there's this one character that I've been working on with quite a few people just recently, randomly in coaching sessions. And it says, hi, something. And she feels more like a hey as opposed to a hi. I was like, change it to hey. That's no big deal. And sometimes you'll even find like typos. It's okay to fix those and make them correct.
I had one today.
Yeah, that's fine. You're not as long as you're not changing the intent of the scene. It's no problem.
So obviously you encourage ad-libbing.
I love an ad lib. You don't have to. I also will love your audition if you don't have ad libs, but I do like them. Can I say my rules behind that though? Because I'd hate to get a bunch of auditions with.
Go for it. Okay,
so the key to improv though, if you're going to do it, first and foremost, I always joke there's a very important question you should ask yourself. And that question is, am I funny? If the answer is yes, cool. Put in those improvs. If the answer is no, that's also super cool. There is funny stuff in these sides. Punch it up. Just punch them up. If your answer was yes and you want to add in some improvs, please, 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 never on every single line. Overacting, overdoing it, pushing a little too hard. They should only ever be little buttons, little zingers, like I've already said. And they always should be additive to the scene. Sometimes, believe it or not, I've gotten some improvs that were like, what in the world was that? I don't know how that plays into the scene at all. I've also had, actors come in. I had this one, I talk about it a lot, but there was this one like incredible improv. Like this person came in and I was like, oh, holy shit. Can I curse on this?
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yeah, sure.
I have a real potty mouth. My mom, it's just a constant disappointment to my mom. Anyway, so funniest improv, and then all of a sudden, they just kept going and going, and I was like, well, now I don't even think you're funny at all. So, you know what I mean? Just short, sweet zingers, and I think that is a general rule. I would say that most people would agree with about improv.
All right, awesome answer. Thanks, Kristin. Obviously, you and Michael Gonzalez on a first name basis now. Kat used to be embarrassed about how much she loved watching Nick and Disney Junior, but now she realizes it was her internal dowsing rod. So there you go.
Yeah, no, to be honest with you, if I talk to people and I find out that they don't watch this stuff, I'm like, why are you doing this? Yeah. Do you actually want to do this?
But that's a big way in which animation and video games, which people also tend to clump together. They are apples and oranges, in my opinion. But that's an area where video games and animation voicing differ, because Dave Fennoy has never played a video game in his life. And, you don't have to be a gamer to voice video game
That's
characters.
not true. I
But
talked with Dave today, and we had a rousing conversation about his first
Tetris?
bout of Pong.
Oh. Right on. But yeah, I think that's kind of a key difference, one of the many between the two genres.
Yeah, like I am not an anime fan. I'm not an don't kill me, everybody. I'm not an anime fan. I like American animation.
Yeah, it's gonna kill you.
I like the comedy and the non-overacting.
Yeah.
Which anime tends to dial it up to 20, and I'd rather you be around 10 to 12.
I get that. I don't hate that.
Let's go here. One more from our Facebook user. What about lead-ins? Should they always be removed? That kind of goes to our
Yeah.
improv. You know,
Improv.
if it's something the character would say, or something that sounds natural and short, then I'd probably say yes. But we kind of touched base on that with the last question.
Can I say what I would say to that? You know
Yes,
what's so weird? I've only recently learned this about myself. I guess it should have been in one of my pet peeves. I would say, please, God, no.
Oh.
Because I find that typically your lead-ins are just like prepping you for the thing, and it doesn't, or it's like a sound, or it's like, I don't know. I don't love a lead-in, but I don't judge you if you put them in there, but unless they're bad.
Would that be part of improv though? If it's just more of like okay, what do you guys? You know what I mean?
That's not funny.
All right, I'm not talking to you anymore.
Off the audio. And
Mike
give me
Cunningham wants to fight with you. It looks like. I'm not quite sure.
No, he's
Able to curse.
reinforcing that. Yes.
Yeah. All right. Sorry.
Okay, Mike. Okay.
Really true. My daughter literally today said, "Can I say fuck?" I was like, "Oh."
Well, thanks for asking, but no.
Thank you.
Potty mouth is encouraged. Jeez.
I think it might be time for the TMI bonus question, y'all.
Oh, since we're here right now?
Is she
All right.
ready?
All right. Yeah, we have to wrap things up, and I still have my special announcement too. So,
Oh, yeah.
let's get to the
Let's have the
TMI bonus question, I
Okay.
guess. You've heard of the game, because of winter, I'll say Smash, Marry, Kill?
No. Does this answer depend on it?
No, it's like, you know, who would you smash? Who would you marry? Who would you kill?
Oh, cool.
Okay. They use a different word for smash, but I didn't want to say it in front of winter.
Yeah,
So-
I'm picking up what you're putting.
My question to you is Smash, Marry, Kill Disney Animation Character Edition.
Wait, hold on. Gross. Am I supposed to say the character
Yeah.
of which I would smash?
Marry and kill.
How am I supposed to come up with an answer? Like, I don't even know. Gross. I've never thought of a Disney character like, damn.
That's why it's the TMI bonus question. That's what we do.
I love it. Okay, yeah. I don't think I'd ever come up with a smash. Kill. You know what? This makes me nervous. Like, is Disney watching? They're gonna come get me.
Doesn't
Oh,
matter.
come on.
They're always
What?
watching.
You're always watching.
I don't know, you guys. I'm gonna be so sad and not be able to answer this. I can't. I've never even thought of the Disney characters that way. Smash. I'm never gonna answer that. Can't figure
Maybe
that
get in character.
out. Smash.
Get
kill,
in
what's-
character as a Disney character, and just which villain would you love to end, and which prince would you maybe marry?
Okay, wait. Okay, cool. Okay, cool. Well, no. But like, someone that I'd probably kill would be Prince Philip from yeah.
Sleeping Beauty?
Yeah, get the fuck out of here, guy.
You would kill Prince Philip because he can't make it through the thorns to kill the dragon.
Get the fuck out of here. You-
All right, we should probably stop this.
That's
fine.
hilarious. No, I want to know who she would marry.
Let the woman speak. She's got like 3 lines. I'd probably kill him.
That's hilarious. Okay.
I love Maleficent. If there was like a hangout with, like, she'd be my pal.
Okay.
Maleficent.
Will
Oh,
that
that's
be your
hilarious.
Mary
That's
then?
great.
That'd be a hangout.
I love
Okay.
that.
Smash. Yep. No, there's no one. Gross. So gross. Sorry. Can't do it. I don't know. Yuck. Ugh.
Cartoon. I get it. I
Yeah.
get it.
All right,
So-
listen, we have some insider information. Kristin, first of all, thank you for hanging out. Thank you for putting up with that bonus question, too. It's
Thank
always
you,
a pleasure.
Winter.
Yeah.
Thank you, Winter, so much.
Yeah, thank you, Winter. Hope you feel
for
better.
letting us
But
steal your
listen, guys,
mom's
coming up, insider information. Wednesday, the 21st of February, 3 o'clock Pacific, 6 Eastern, a 3-hour workshop with Kristin.
Animation workshop.
Yes.
What?
Now, if you see this out there, you see it out there for $139. You see it out there for $129. I've actually paid $159. How would you feel if I said $109? Would you feel better
Wow.
if I said
For
if I said $100?
For 3 hours?
3 hours. What do you say about maybe $90? What do you think?
For a 3-hour tour?
For a 3-hour animation, this is an insider-only thing. Okay, Terry, please put that link up that we discussed. I'm going to put it up here right now. You have to go to my website and go to jimfrank.com/insider.
Wow.
When you get there, you will see a nice little image of Kristin that says here, click here, buy your tickets. There is only 12 tickets available.
Yeah. Okay. That was my next question. Is it going to be limited so everyone can have time? But 3 hours for $90? Wow. Okay.
3 hours for $90.
Thank you,
Boom.
Kristin.
That's what you're going to see. When you go there, 41 days until this event. Don't miss your chance, okay? Excuse me, Kristin Paiva. So, yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
That's Jim. I can't recall.
We could do auditors. Would you like to do auditors?
Let's let auditors come
Let's
in.
do, okay, what price would you like to put for auditors?
I don't know, $25? Is that fine?
Did she say $25?
Is that
I
bad?
feel like dollar bill on Sunday mornings. That's insane. Sure. Let's do $25 auditor tickets.
That's
They're
amazing.
not
I
available
learned.
yet. It will take me about 20 minutes to put those up on the website. If you'd like to get an auditor ticket, please wait probably till tomorrow morning. But as of right now, if you want to get in on the first 12 and the only 12 participant tickets, $90. You cannot beat that. I mean, I feel terrible giving it away. I feel like I'm cheapening Kristin Paiva, but she's such a lovely person for doing this for us. $90, guys. What else can I say? All right. Well, I guess that's it.
Come play with us.
Yeah. Are we done?
Yeah, we're good
I'm
to
going
go.
home. I am home.
Yeah.
Either way, Kristin, thank you so much.
Thanks so much for having me. Really appreciate it, y'all.
We'll talk tomorrow and check your email. I have those things for you. So.
Okay, thank you.
All right,
I also
cool.
forgot to text you back. Thanks,
Cool.
Jim.
All right. Thanks. Bye, Winter.
Bye, Kristin. Thank you so much for being
Hey,
here.
that was fun.
Yeah,
Lots
it
of
was.
great questions from our listeners too. That was awesome.
Yeah.
One
Sweet.
time you guys were talking here at the end and I could still hear you.
We're still talking. We're still live.
We're live. Mhm.
We haven't said bye yet.
Oh, you do that.
Yeah,
That's like
we're saying bye now. We said bye to you.
I was like, man, I still hear them. I wonder if they know that.
Well, why don't you hold on a second and we'll be right back. Don't go anywhere. When we hang up, we'll all hang out for a second. Hold on a second. Let's just say bye.
Thanks for the heads up.
Talk about a dialogue director and casting director. She's TMI director now too. Wow. Hey, coming up on our next show on the 25th, Academy Award winner, one of the voices of Donald Duck, Daniel Ross. That's going to be a fun wackadoo one. Daniel is just, I don't know if you guys have ever met Daniel. I have. He's crazy. He's
He is crazy. That's what I was going to, the word I was going to say to describe that guy.
And then coming up on February 8th, 1 month before VO Atlanta, we'll have the Claw Father himself, Santa Claus, J. Michael Collins. We'll be talking about everything going on and the trends coming up for 2024 and Ask JMC Anything.
You want to tune into that one because I've been sitting on this TMI bonus question for J.
Since
Michael.
day one.
And
Since
I
day
can't
one.
wait.
What?
Yes, yes.
Came up with.
And speaking of VO Atlanta, tickets are on sale for all the X sessions right now. So they're going quick. They're going quick. VOAtlanta.me. All right, guys, that's it. We're out. Thank you for hanging out. Thanks to everybody participating. You guys are great. You guys rock. Terry, Grace. Have a good night, guys.
Love y'all. Take care.